Today we're checking out this new generator from GenMax that has a 2-wire start feature. So if you have a home energy backup system or something you use for off-grid like this EG4 XP6000 inverter, then you can use this generator to automatically start and stop as long as it has that feature. Or if you have an EG4 charge inverter, this generator can work on that as well because it'll just simply read the voltage that you set it at, and then it'll automatically start, charge your batteries, and stop. So we're going to run through a couple features on this generator real quick, and then also show you how to hook it up to the EG4 XP6000 and also the charge inverter. This new generator from GenMax is a tri-fuel inverter generator, so it's safe for clean power, and this is also a tri-fuel, meaning you can run all three fuels: natural gas, propane, and of course gasoline. And if you're not familiar with GenMax generators, this generator does have an extended fuel tank option. You simply put on a fuel pump and it can screw into the top of this, and then you'll add an external fuel tank to increase your run times if you're not wanting to run one of the alternative fuels. Now this generator has remote start, you can pull start, you also have electric start, and then the automatic start and stop feature, which we're going to go over. This generator also has a 50 amp outlet and also a 30 amp outlet with a L1430. You can also switch the voltage to 120 only or 12240. So we'll remove the cover on the XP6000. And now we need to hook up our generator to number 1 and COM1. So this will be our common and then number 1. So we're going to put the red wire into the number 1 slot, and make sure you are careful in here and power down everything so you don't shock yourself. And then we're going to take the black wire and put it into the common slot right next to it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up to start right about 40%. So if you set it at 40%, it should start right about 39%. And then I'll have it shut off at 45% for this demonstration. Okay, now with this generator, the way you set this up is you take your 2-wire, and it only goes in one way. Go ahead and put this in. And so now what you want to do is go over here to generator start. Go ahead and put on that. Low idle off. Now, of course, you want to also make sure your power cord is plugged in. And then what we're going to do is go over here, turn on your switch. And now this is going to basically just sit there and analyze. And now what it'll do is it'll end up going into standby mode and basically go to sleep until it's told to turn on. Okay, it is a little hard to see just due to all the glare, but right now I'm at 42% on my battery. I set it up to turn on at 35%. And turn off at 40% just for this demonstration. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on a load. Okay, right now at 36%, still have a load. Right now about 1850 watts, give or take. And so that should be getting ready to turn on. 36% on the battery, so should see it kick on at 34%. And now at 35%, so once it reaches underneath that threshold, that's when we should see it fire up. And there it went. Fired up pretty quick. Now I don't have the charge rate set very high on this, but you can see we're already at 35%. And so what I'll do is I'll change the charging rate, and then it should shut off around 41%. Well, darn, I tried to get the shut off, but once it hit 40, it went from 39 to 40 and automatically shut off. So that was super quick. But now we'll take a look at wiring up the charge inverter. Now this has 3 wires, and we're only going to use 2 of those obviously, and then we have to set voltage on here to where we want it to start, unless you want to set it up with communication wires, or you can just simply do this and set it up off of voltage and go that route. Okay, so generator hooked up again. Okay, and just to show you the wiring too, what we have is normally open. There's a little kind of some small letters on there, even in the instructions it will tell you. And sorry, that is hard to focus on something so small, but that says normally open. And then this one here is going to be a C, which will be your common, right? Hard to see it. Sorry, the finger's covering it up and everything. And either way, these are the ones you're going to want to use, because you want an open and then a common, and then once it closes, again, like earlier, you put the 2 wires together. So as we take a look, this is the battery voltage, because it's getting the voltage from, obviously, the connection of the battery cables that are going into the battery here. So right there it says 52, and as we come over here, we're going to enter into our settings. Now, battery start voltage, this guy up here, let me get a closer shot. So 50 volts is as low, or well, actually 50 volts is as high as I can go for battery start. And then when battery stop, the lowest I can go, at least on these settings, it won't let me go any farther down. So 55 is when it's going to stop. So that's almost fully charged. I mean, fully charged on this is going to be a little bit higher, another volt or so, so 56 and something. But so we'll have to wait till the battery voltage does come down as we escape out of here. As you can see, it says 52 with a small load, but if the load is higher, you will see the battery voltage drop just a little bit. But once the voltage does drop down to 50 volts, that's when it's going to kick on. Okay, and just so you guys can see, I am running almost a 5,000 watt load on the battery at the moment. And as we take a look over here, we're going to look at our voltage as it starts to drop. So 50.7 at the moment. And as we look at the battery, move my finger out of the way so you can see, but 50.7 there as well. And then as you come over to the charge inverter, about 50.8. So, well, it fluctuates a little bit, but should be coming on pretty soon. Okay, just an update. Still 4,000 watts coming out of here, and 50.1 volts there at around 23%. Charge inverter says 50.2, so getting close, should turn on in a minute or two. So I'm assuming right about when we get to 20%, this will be kicking on. All right, well, there it went. And we should see this start to kick in and draw some power. Now, I don't have it set very high. Let's see where we go here. Because it's going to take a second to boot up and get going, because it does have a warm-up period. So if we hit that, voltage, state of charge. Oops, let me get out of there, sorry. And there it goes, it's starting to ramp up. 12 amps so far. I do like this setup, how it slowly ramps up everything versus just kind of goes right to the amount of power that you have it set at. So that's going to continue to just ramp up to where I have this set, which is not very high, about 60 amps I think is where I put it. And that was right about 20%, 19-20% is where it kicked on. And 32, 33 amps. And again, it's not going to shut off until we get to 55 volts, which I wish we had more of a setting on this. It would allow a lot more flexibility, because 55 would be what, 85%, 90% probably. So that's what I have it set at, is at 60 amps, which would be about, maybe 3,000 watts, a little bit more than that. And if we disconnect one of these, it should shut off. No, and there it went. And that's going to do its little, I mean, I don't recommend doing that, but, you know, just to kind of show you that it does work. So pretty cool that we have an option now for a 2-wire start generator. And GenMax is actually going to be bringing out a couple other models as well, some bigger ones. Now, it's totally cool to finally see portable units with a 2-wire start. Now, these open frames are a little bit louder, so you can build a shed around it, but there are going to be enclosed frame inverter generators coming out soon, and I will have updates on that as well. Now, I do have a discount code down below. I hope this video helped you out, and I hope to see you in another one.